Welcome back, guys, to a new video. Basically today I thought I'd bring a different type of video. As you can see, I got a new shelf, so I thought I'd just give you a little mini shelf tour and how I organised it and why I organised it this way, because this is the first time I've actually organised my shelves this way. So I thought I'd give you a run through. Yeah, let's start. Now, not all of these shelves are filled because they've also obviously got some empty space, as they are still yet to be filled, obviously, because I need more books in it. But yeah, I'll start from the first shelf. This is my romance shelf. It's got all my romance books on it, even books that are still on my TBR. And we've got Normal People by Sally Rooney, Hopeless by Colleen Hoover, Something Wilder by Christina Lauren, the book They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, and The First to Die at the End. Then we've got The Perks of Being a Wildflower, which is on my TBR, I haven't read it yet. Then we've got Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies, which still are also on my TBR. The Summer I Turned Pretty, The Cheat Sheet, The Sun Is Also a Star, The Man I Never Met, The Fault in Our Stars, The Love That Split the World, The Love Deception, and Before by Anna Todd. Now, this book I chose to put on display because I really like this book and I really love the cover. The cover is absolutely beautiful. The cover is really beautiful, so I decided to put it on display. Out of all the books on the shelf, it was either between The Love That Split the World or The First to Die at the End, which they both have very beautiful covers. But I chose this one, and I can always change it, but I just feel like I'm feeling in this mood, and I like this colour scheme. And then, this is actually, at least this part is one of my favourite shelves just because of the colour scheme that is working here. And that is The Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, which is on my TBR, and The Things We Hide from the Light, which is also on my TBR. Then we've got Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood on my TBR. It Ends With Us, and I've got It Starts With Us on display because of the cover. And then we've got Icebreaker. It's The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava, Call Me By Your Name, A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, Neon Gods, and A Court of the Vampire Queen. And then over there we've just got the After series, which I did not like, so I'm not going to start. Anyway, as you can see, these three books are untouched because I only read the first one and just didn't like it. And then here is just a box of my stuff just to fill some space, and that will probably be moved. And then it's just empty space after that. Then we move on to the second shelf, which is my thriller shelf. And these are all my thriller books I have, obviously. And then there's One of Us is Lying, You Can Keep a Secret, One of Us is Next, The Cousins, Nothing More to Tell, and It'll Be the Death of Me, We Were Liars, which is a really good book. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is on my TBR, along with these two, Good Girl, Bad Blood, and As Good as Dead. And then we've got This Is Not the Jess Show, which was really good. I did expect more though. I think I rated it 4 stars or maybe 3, but the cover is absolutely amazing. And then we've got Broken Strings, which is on my TBR, The Fatal Crossings, which is also on my TBR, The Family Upstairs, The Transition, which is on my TBR, and The Family Remains, which is also on my TBR. Then we've got the second shelf. We've got Blindsighted, The Affair, The Boy from the Woods, Pretty Little Liars, The Sanatorium, really good thriller book, and Verity, also a really good thriller book. And we've got Where the Crawdads Sing. I didn't want to put this one on display. I just put it on display because if I didn't, then the books would fall. I also have some knickknacks here just so the books don't fall, and just to save the empty space. And then we've got more empty space. This is the only shelf where there is absolutely no empty space, and that's my fantasy shelf. As you can see, every single space is covered except for over there, but other than that, every single shelf is basically filled up. So starting here, I've got obviously my Shadowhunter Universe books. We've got, I also have this little knickknack that my boyfriend got me from Blackpool when he went. It's really cool. I really like it. We've got Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince. I need to get Clockwork Angel in paperback, in hardback. It came in paperback, I don't know why. And it's really throwing me off. And then we've got A Clockwork Princess, The Mortal Instruments, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. And then we've got the little Statue of Liberty there, which I thought was funny because this is set in New York, I think, and yeah, so I thought I'd put the Statue of Liberty there. And I put City of Lost Souls on display because obviously the cover is beautiful, but every single one of these books, the cover is absolutely beautiful. That's why I love this hardback version. But the City of Lost Souls is also my favourite book in the series. So I don't just put it on display. I don't just put it on display based on if the cover is beautiful. I also have to actually like the book. I'm not going to put on display a book that I do not like. And then we've got a continuing of the Shadowhunter series, which is the paperback version of the City of Bones series, but just in paperback. And this is my annotated version. This is the version that I first ever read. Obviously, it's been through some wear and tear. And then we've got the City of Thorns. If you saw my last video that I put out, basically I did buy this. I don't even have the Dark Artificers yet, but I saw it in store and I just couldn't help myself because, like, I just couldn't help myself. So I bought it knowing that I'd collect the rest of the books eventually, and the rest of the books, this is where they're going to go. There's probably not enough space for the rest of the books, considering I want to put the Dark Artificer series and the Last Hours series on here. There's probably not enough space. So these will probably have to be moved somewhere to make space for that. But as of right now, since I don't have the rest of the books in the series, they'll just stay here, and also mainly because I don't want there to just be one book on this shelf. So I'll put these books on here so it looks a little bit more full until I can get the rest of the books in the Shadowhunter universe and fill the shelf and move these somewhere else, probably down onto this shelf, which is where they were until I moved them back up here. But down here is one of my other favourite series, which is the Hunger Games series. I've got the Battle of Songbirds and Snakes facing out. I've got the Hunger Games, the Catching Fire, Mockingjay, and then I've also got the Carry On series. So we've got Carry On by Rainbow Rowell and Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. I absolutely love this series. It's really good. And we've got some space here for more books. This is where those books were until I move them up there, but they'll probably be moved back down here anyway, so yeah. Then we've got one of the most colourful shelves, considering the last two, and that is the Percy Jackson series, which is on my TBR. I do have to read these. I haven't read them yet. Then we've got Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone, but we've got this edition, the 25th anniversary edition of it, that I bought. And then I've got basically all the Harry Potter series and Harry Potter the Cursed Child. These are the paperbacks. I haven't gotten the hardbacks yet. When I do get the hardbacks, I'll take the paperbacks out of here, put in the hardbacks, and find a place for these paperbacks, even though it's going to be hard because, like I said, like, this is basically full to the brim. But I'll find a place for these paperbacks somewhere. Like, they've been through some wear and tear, obviously. You can see the pages are falling out of these. And then here, we basically got a bunch of random fantasies. So basically, the first three shelves was series shelf, and then these are just random fantasies that I either have read or have yet to read. Except for the Scythe series, which is also a series. We've got She Who Became the Sun, A Court of Thorns and Roses, which are both on my TBR, Cemetery Boys. We've got the Scythe series, which are also on my TBR. Then we've got Stranger Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares by Liana Taylor. Absolutely love these books. It took a while to get into, but in the end, it was worth it. Caraval, Alice, the Alice 6, Infinity Sun, Infinity Reaper, Daughter of the Pirate King. Was a little bit disappointed by this. I don't know if I'm going to buy the second. I might do, like, if I'm feeling it one day, but, like, was a little bit disappointed. Was a bit slow and boring for me. Then we've got the Six of Crows and the Crooked Kingdom, which are on TBR. The Fifth Wave, The Last Hours, and The Infinite Sea, which, yeah, I really like the series as well, even though it's not really talked about, but I really like it. And I did annotate the last two books, I think, but that was, like, a while ago when I first started annotating. Then we've got the fourth shelf, which is basically a miscellaneous mixed shelf because these are all by genre, but I don't have enough books in these genres to actually make a full shelf of them, and I didn't want to have just empty shelves, so they're all different. This top shelf is my classics. I've got Wuthering Heights, Little Woman, Wuthering Heights again, but my paperback copy. Pride and Persuasion, obviously that's on display. Then we've got the Beatles, Elvis, and the Matthew Perry biography, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and then a bunch of like little books here. We've got this joke book. These are all joke books. These are Portuguese joke books, and this is just a random historical book. Then I've got this little trinket that my boyfriend got me again when he went to London. He gave me this little thing, which is really cool. And then we've got my children's books section. I've got Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I absolutely love these books. This is what the books like I first read. Like, these are the books that I first read, probably Diary of the Wimpy Kids, and they're very good for reading slums. Whenever you're in reading slum, just grab one because it's amazing. Then we've got The Creakers, which is one of my favourite children's books. It was really good. We've got The Beasts of Buckingham Palace, Bradley Baker and the Curse of the Python, which I got given. I haven't read it yet. Sputnik's Guide to Life on Earth. Then we've got Peter Pan, one of my most beautiful children's books. It looks absolutely amazing, and this is on my TBR. I have not read it yet. I absolutely love the movie. Absolutely love the concept of the story, so I can't wait to read it. Then we've got a bunch of children's books here too that I got given. And then we move on to the graphic novel shelf. We've got the Heartstopper series, absolutely love, and I put the 4th one on display because my favourite colour is purple, if you didn't know, and obviously this is the purple book. Then we've got the Roald Dahl collection. Now, this is a children's book collection, but there was no space in my children's book shelf, so I just literally put it here. And then we've got the Youngbloods book, The Twisted Tales of the Reptilian Club. And then we've got a bunch of small graphic novels in Portuguese. They're very worn out, and pages are basically falling apart, but it's really good. Then we've got here my sci-fi shelf. We've got the Children of Eden series by Joe Graceffa, an amazing series. I usually don't read YouTuber books. Actually, these are the only YouTuber books that I've ever read. I really loved Joy watching Joe Graceffa when I grew up, and I had to buy these books when I saw that he actually wrote books. I absolutely love the series. It was amazing. You need to read this, but not enough people have read this series when it's actually a really, really good series, and the cover is absolutely beautiful, and the series doesn't get as much recognition as it should. Then we've got these series, which is Twisted Tales. Basically, this is technically children's books, I guess, but I don't know if it's children's books, but I put it here. It's not sci-fi, but I just didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I just put it here. Then I've got Divergent, which I classify as sci-fi. Darkest Minds, which I could have either put on fantasy or sci-fi, but I feel like it's more of a sci-fi book. Then we've got Project Hail Mary by Andy Weiner. And then we've got another miscellaneous shelf. Well, this is mainly my fiction shelf. This is where I put my literary fiction, contemporary fiction, basically all of my just fiction books that have nothing but fiction in it. And we've got Woman of Troy, Anxious People, Annabelle Rising, The Hate You Give Again, but in paperback, Concrete Rose, Wonder, Kate Moss, The Burning Chambers, Midnight Library, How to Kill Your Family, which is on my TBR, The Car Street Girls, which I really loved, surprising read, Anger is a Gift, Dancing and Dreams and Diamond Street, The Black Kids, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Dear Martin, and The Secret History by Donna Tartt. And then here we've got the Twilight series, which should be on fantasy, but as you saw by that shelf, there is no room on fantasy. The Twilight series, all in Portuguese, except for this book, which is in English, but the rest are just Portuguese versions of Twilight. And then that's an empty shelf. So yeah, guys, that was my quick run through of everything on my shelves. I hope you liked the video. I feel like I organized it in a way that I really like. Obviously, if I need to move things around, I'll move things around. Obviously, some things will have to be moved around, as I said by my fantasy self. I will have to move some things around to create some space. But yeah, other than that, I'm really happy with it. And yeah, thank you. Bye.